Hi everyone. I think we're live. So yeah, sorry for the few seconds. Don't see. I wasn't sure we were actually actually there yet. Okay. So thank you all for joining. So I will do the stream today instead of Friday because since like we had to move a little bit like the pre-alpha because there was like Alexia wanted to do an announcement, but there are like another big announcement at the same time, so they needed a bit more time for it to really make sense. So we moved it a bit to tomorrow, and so which leaves a little bit of time to polish a few little things before we get to the pre-alpha, and then we should do it tomorrow. Only with the VIP, it will be very close down, but it will be. I think it should be interesting and a lot of debugging and stuff. But yeah, so today, since I don't really want to break the project at this point, so I will do things that are a little bit more on the side of the polish of the game. So things more like for the interface, maybe a few particles and things like that. The goal is to, since we're doing the pre-alpha tomorrow, there's like I don't want to cause any major issue in the game itself. But yeah, that should be still quite a bit of fun. And so hey guys, hey Dasville, hey Michael Kiola, nice to see you here. Um, and yeah, so let's go. Maybe I'll show you how the game looks like at this point. There's still quite a few things to do. Um, so the interface is starting to look good. I just removed like there was like a statistics settings. I disabled it right now just because I didn't add all the like we didn't add all the backend for it. It still needs a couple of things to do for that. So it's not saved yet, but so I haven't added it, but it still exists. And so yeah, things are starting to look pretty nice. You can select your agents, you can rent one if you don't have any. It will give you a random agent, and then you get part of your earning will go to the one owner. You can open links to OpenSea when you do it, and yeah, I think this. I'll just select this one and continue with Ultra. So it's good. And yeah, the game is starting to get cleaner and cleaner. Like the interface is starting to look pretty nice. There is a few things we need to clean for it, but I think it's already pretty good. We're still asking ourselves a few questions for like the objectives of the game. Like for instance, like the destruction of the enemy base. I mean, we did quite a bit of tests. But there's still like a few things we need to make sure it makes sense and stuff like that. It's slightly laggy, but I think it's because I'm streaming. Usually it's not like that. And yeah, so like the enemy base now is defended by some turrets. Just can kill. But yeah, I think that's pretty much how it's looking. So there's quite a few things. Now the minimap shows the full game. That's something like the full map. That's something we changed to make it a little bit more readable. We'll see if we adjust that a bit, but it's maybe a bit more. Maybe people will see a bit more what's happening. I mean, what's the kind of the purpose of the game and where you have to go. So that's one thing we've adjusted a bit. And yeah, I think there's a few things also on the animations. They look a little bit better for the characters. We're not fully there yet. I'd like to change a little bit. I think at some point we should change a bit the animations for the hands of the character to make it more a bit more immersive. And sometimes they look a little bit weird because it uses basically the same as animations as the one you see on the third person. Like basically when you see another player, you see him as he's kind of, he sees himself in a way. But in most shooter games, there's kind of a different types of animation for when you're your own player or when it's another player that is controlling it. So yeah, I don't know if we do that, but at least we probably need to adapt to it. And yeah, I think these things are working well. Like we're getting stuff from the which paths you have and stuff, like to test the game, the version of the game, and yeah. So I think that's pretty good. There's a few things I'd like to kind of see today. Maybe we'll see what we go through in it. I think there is probably a few things we'd like to do with like adding some social links within the game. I feel like it should be somewhere so people. So we have like a link kind of from the. So we get people who are in the game like go to the community. I mean, for the early tests, it's not that important because anyway, everybody's already in the community, in the Discord, etc. But I think it's good if we can have some social links, because later we'll bring people from Elixir. Maybe we'll have also platforms that will also bring new people, and I think at that time it would be really important to have social links that really kind of push people towards getting to the game. Yeah, we've added also a little overlay for the you can see here, that's where the enemy base is. It's not super visible. We didn't really want it to take too much space on the screen, but it's there and it shows a little bit where you can attack to go. Probably, yeah, we'll have to test. I think it would be really interesting to see if people really get what they have to do when they're in the game, if they really feel like the objective is clear, or if they feel like it's a little bit too, it's not very readable, so then you adjust a little bit. But yeah, that's what testing is there for. Desbiel is saying, look smooth, those lucky super VIPs. Yeah, yeah, it's I mean, don't worry, you'll very quite quickly you'll have access also to the game, and it could be in a better stage at that point also. So there will be a few things we'll already have figured out. So that should be nice. Okay, so probably today, I mean, if you guys have any preference, but I think there's kind of a few things that could reduce. So maybe some particles when you hit an enemy. So basically, you see a reaction that is a bit more, that's a bit more visible. The social links, this you could do maybe improving a little bit in the interface. Also the links. There's something it's really a little bit Polish at this stage, but I feel like it could look pretty nice, and it actually could use this effect for all the stuff is to make. Maybe I'll show you when it starts. Here there's this circle, in the menu. We could make it move a little bit, with the music. I think it could be cool. There are quite a lot of music video where it's happening as well. So I think that could be fun to do. And it's a shader, and it's always fun to work with shaders. So maybe I'll start with that. But if you guys have any suggestion, if you feel like something would look cool in the game, feel free to ask. And yeah. And by the way, if there were some questions you still have, it's a bit stupid, but like I thought that like I assumed that Samuel would make like would record the AMA yesterday, and Samuel, oh, like it was the, or was it the day before yesterday? And Samuel assumed that I would do it, and I assumed he would do it, and so actually it was we forgot to record it. So if you have any questions or something, don't feel free to ask. But we'll write down some of the answers somewhere, just so people who couldn't join can still get the answers. Okay, so let's say this is probably relatively similar. Um, Oh, neon blood type splatters that hang around for 30 seconds also after death. Oh, that can be nice. Yeah, to have like some kind of effects that shows where someone got killed. I think that could be interesting. Interesting kind of show. If you maybe it could also make it a bit more satisfying to kill some enemies. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's something we can do. Just write them. Okay. Wait. So basically, what we'll do is something right there. Scroll. I'll take this one. Call it radial deformation. Right. And also, because there's quite a few things. I feel like we should also make the music a little bit more readable in the game. That's something, yeah. That's something I'd like to also do at some point. Maybe. but we're actually pretty excited with like we just saw today like I mean it was one of kind of the reason why the alpha got delayed, but like the from one day it's fine. But it's cool to see that like platforms are starting to work together. Gala Games, that's a publisher, and like Elixir. I think it's really a nice thing to see in the market. I feel like there is like we always had like really good vibes with people we talk like at Elixir and some other platforms that make crypto games. I think there is really good. They're working in a way that's not. They don't try to close down too much their platform. They really try to bring people and bring projects, even though it's not like they're really trying to grow. And I think it's a good occasion for us because they are like really they're like really interested in working with people like us, and it's I think it can be a really nice places because like there will be different games that will be on different like on these platforms, and there will be it kind of brings people, and there's more like of an ecosystem because I feel like it used to be there used to be like a lot of people, but they were like spread across different platforms, and they were kind of the Web 2 ones that still existed, like Steam and Epic Games, but they were not necessarily the best suited for these kind of things. So it's cool. It's cool to see, and I think I'm like really looking forward to do that. Work with these guys. Okay, so. That's the thing. I prefer the full minimap. If you can see everyone on it, would be cool. I still think an expanding starter zone, synchronically using out of the starter base, taking 15 minutes to fill the map. Combine that. Okay, with the minimap info and get rid of the campers and spawn point killers. Okay, I see. I think I see what you mean. So if you can see everyone. Yeah, it can make sense. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool to have indeed like some. Maybe you should have like something that avoids having campers. That's kind of I mean, when we test, we'll see what kind of meta emerges from it. But that's a bit of an issue we have currently with the objective. That is a little bit too much. Camper friendly, in the sense that you can try to go hide somewhere, shoot at the enemy base, or you cannot do too much spawn kill because you're protected by the turrets, but it's possible to destroy a bit the objective. And we have a few ideas on how to fix that, but we also probably try a few other game modes, see what works best. But yeah. So, just trying to figure out. Okay, maybe I can change the radius from this. So. So you could spawn right, like so that's what I'm saying. So you could spawn right behind the campers. We'll keep it all fast-paced, frantic. Yeah, I think that could be cool. Because like if you have like some, but one thing that is pretty good to avoid this type of campers is to have something that is where you have like some, you cannot, if you cannot be killed like in the first, let's say, 10 seconds when you spawn, it makes it a lot harder to to kill campers, to be a camper. So I think it could be pretty cool. Um, just thinking aloud. Before playing the game, yeah, I think it's always like sometimes there are some ideas we had also, like sometimes we figure out something and then when we test it we're like, okay, it's not as good as we imagined, or actually some stuff that we thought wouldn't really work actually works better than expected. So yeah, it's yeah, that would work. Yeah, I think that's that's a possibility. We're like not uh, fully sure yet, but I mean, I think testing will be the best way to figure it out. So automation. Okay, so we can test on this. If that would work, but we can give it a try. Okay, I think I'm shift. Okay, this is right. Okay, it should be good. So I'll create a new material based on this white circle. Okay, let's see. Reading information. Right, and then this is the first image. Tests. I'll probably have to adapt a bit that shader for it to work. Okay, now if I add another texture here, this doesn't really do much. Okay, so that's not really. Yeah, it seems like there's something happening. Can the game be streamed into the arcades? That big screen would look awesome. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I think we could. We've done actually. We had a way to stream things into the arcades before. Like it's always like live stream within like a kind of browser based WebGL player. It's sometimes the experience is not the best, but it's I think that would be really cool, and we could have like videos of it, running there, like a kind of highlights of the game. I think that would be really nice. Maybe a set of drones, NFTs that add info to your minimap and record your gameplay, and the drone could show it in the arcade streams. That would be cool. I think, that's a good idea. It's always a bit complicated to make stuff that works in across platforms, but I think that maybe could be worth it. I think that's always a worth trying things. Okay, some things happening. Some things that mostly see. It's not exactly where it should be, but oh yeah, no, I think it's because this. Then if this is okay, yes, you can see terms of information. Oh yeah, I see. We could do this. Hey Brightbox, hey SVF. Then okay, yeah. That's just saying, yeah, it's not on me to make it work. Good luck, just try this. But I think it's a good idea. We kind of want to feel like I feel like the arcade should really be a social place, and having some gameplay and in there I think would be really cool. And so it's good. I feel it would be a good way to link a little bit the two. Right things. How's everything doing? So that's stopping now. That have some more sometime. Nice to see you. Nice to see you here. And I hope you're having a great day. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a great day. It's like we're getting close to the alpha, so it's always a little bit of stress before it, but I think it will be very cool. So maybe we're not too far from it. Something. It's not exactly what I intended, but I think it's not too bad. I see some station. Okay, now that should be a bit better. Then we had a more interesting texture. Some noise. Try this. See if it works. Just says, don't worry, you guys are doing a great job, and the first wave of alpha testing will go well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't really like. I don't worry too much. I feel like it should be. It should go pretty well. I don't think there will be any major issue. Okay, the effect is quite interesting. It's not necessarily exactly what I thought it would become, but okay. Still looks kind of weird. It's Road bike for the alpha is going to be a smooth, and us peasants will get in game soon. Sure. We should add like another pass. We could call it the peasant pass. That is like this. You can just claim without anything, but like don't worry. I think you'll have plenty of time to test the game. Okay, the effect is a little bit weird, but it's kind of intriguing, I guess. Let's see at some point. I'll probably show it to Samuel and see if he has some ideas to make it look a bit better. And if you have some ideas too. It's just basically very simple stuff. It's just to make it. In itself, it's not that important, but I feel like we could use it in some other place also in the interface to make things kind of pulsate with the music and. It looks interesting. It looks a little bit strange though, but it looks interesting. Yeah, it's not exactly that. Maybe we should just generate something that looks more like the spectrum of the music. I feel like that would be a bit, probably a little bit better. But yeah, so let's say this is done. feel like maybe we could show a few also things. I don't know if you get what you guys would think. I feel like it's good if we include like some links to the community. I feel like the Discord, Telegram, all this stuff. Uh, Like there's a saying, yeah, hypnotic. We will all be watching the intro video. Yeah, it feels like, especially when you play with the music. Like right now, I'm muted because I'm second stream. But I feel like when you play the game, there's quite a lot of stuff that is a little bit sort of made to hypnotize people and, and yeah. Oh, arcade links. That's a good idea. Like I think, yeah, let's do that. Arcade link. I feel like maybe the links we could have them in the main menu. I don't know. I feel like here we could have something for like the socials, and maybe we'll move it somewhere else. Yeah, arcade link. Arcade link. That's definitely. So main menu. Socials. Great. Maybe at the bottom, we'll see for the alignment. So social links, and using it we could add some buttons, I guess. Okay, let's make it square, I guess. And then but yeah, maybe arcade link and game ends too, so you can jump over and watch yourself on the main screen. Yeah, that's really cool. I feel like it's good to link to two. I feel like the more things that kind of interconnected, I feel the better it is. Do you have a good logo for the arcade? Let me check. Yeah, I missed that one somewhere. So I think you could make, the big one. Like it. 20p arcade. We could have Discord. I think Telegram. And squeeze the website somewhere. probably won't make this that big. And yes, I will do. Okay, all right. Yes. Okay, so we'll add some of the links. I feel like here would be good. And for arcades, I'll check. I'm sure I have a good logo for it somewhere. Okay, sorry, I have to show you guys this. Like a piece to Shibu. I don't know what. I'm not sure exactly why it exists, but I think that was somewhere in the discussion. So yeah. So yeah, it says well, if there is any delay in the stream, if it's light, it wouldn't help. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's are there inbuilt screenshot records or screen option plan? Yeah, I think screenshots, yes. Screen record will most likely also have some version of it. But yeah, I think we're thinking of some ways, because the problem is usually what happens when you with the screen record that are done within the application, it tends to slow down more than if it's built in the computer. Like if it's something like from NVIDIA or like a Windows kind of thing, it tends to be faster than if it's included in the editor, because what it tends to do is usually renders one more time to save it in the game. There are ways to kind of avoid that a little bit. But it's kind of costly for performance, but I think it's still a good feature to have that can be enabled at some point. So that's something we'll we consider, and also there'll be an option for these things. And my whole laptop page trying to play and record. Yeah, I think in some cases it's not ideal on some. Depending on the platform. One thing we could do though is we could use some for the recording, for just images, it's very easy. Making videos, it's easy too, but it just takes a bit more performance. But we can definitely do that. Check if I can find a good logo. If not, it's fine for it. But just okay, I'm messing a lot of things. It will be a lot more efficient. So yeah, okay, so this one, I'll just add it as placeholders. I think that's probably better. And then well, maybe the OpenSea page would be nice to have one. OpenSea. I feel like it's a sort of a good place to bring people. Okay, Norway, you don't want to drag the game. No, it's fine. I mean, it's. I feel like it would be because anyway we'll enable it and disable it. I think it's so people like the recording won't be live at all time because that reduces performance for everybody. But like if you want to having it as an option is really not a problem at all. Because it just makes it, you can disable it, so it would be totally fine. And yeah, so let's see, maybe the arcades we could have just a link from some of the components. So this like social websites, they're all the best that you so feel that like these things like Discord, Telegram, website, I think these are like the most important ones. Shouldn't be. And yeah, I think that should be working. Discord, Telegram, all these are later. But I feel like this could make it a bit nicer, a bit interesting for people to, join the links. And yeah, so I think this is pretty good stuff. So I'll just test it with random data. Okay, this works. Goes to the arcade, goes to the collection. I think that looks pretty nice. Okay, what else could we do that would be nice and that doesn't break the game just before the or maybe some particle when we shoot another player. I think that's kind of something that I feel like was kind of missing. Like the feedback of when you're shooting an enemy. Right now, the sound of it is not the best. We could maybe play around with this a little bit. There is something for when like the player is getting shot at, but let me check. I don't think we'll make it. I don't know if it would be good to make it like it's kind of blood. That I feel like it's nicer if it's the kind of the goal for the game is to stay like around the sort of, there'll be a bit of violence. It's a shooting game, but like a kind of PG-13, let's say. I don't know. We'll keep it sort of not overly violent, and so I feel like if it's like a huge explosion of blood, it wouldn't necessarily be ideal, but feel we can still have some things that would make it some particles, some kind of feedback from shooting at someone. Um, well, what you can do. Yeah, wouldn't block make it 18? I think it depends on the countries. In some places, probably. In most places, I feel like 16. If there's just like a shooting game with just blood, 16 years old. Usually, the standards for these things, but it depends from one place to another. But like, I think PG is like if it feels real, then usually you get uh, like it's kind of if it's realistic, if you kind of see the mostly the suffering part of shooting someone, so that's more that tends to move it up. Blood in itself is part of it, but it's not all. So I feel it will be in most places like 15 or 16, but probably yeah. I feel like yeah, that's why I thought neon in the colors of the player. Yeah, I feel like neons would be good. I feel like something that is kind of like an explosion of some neons. I think would be nice. Um, so maybe we could do effects. Should I do this? Traction particles. Okay, so um, position. Okay, check. Okay, so again, that's if it's at the right position. Yeah, it's like since yeah, then it's the armor exploding, not the head. Yeah, I feel like I feel like that would look a little bit nicer. We could still make it like kind of satisfying to shoot at other players and stuff, while keeping it sort of more moderately violent. Okay, so. Okay, so I can do something like this. And this. Okay, so prefer. I still remember the cheat code for adding the blood in Mortal Kombat and the Master System 30 years ago. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I think that's in some games. I mean, now I think that you don't really need any cheat code in Mortal Kombat. It's pretty gory in itself. But I don't know. I felt like games got for sure a bit more violent recently. I mean, over time, it's just since it gets more realistic, it's I feel like it's kind of part of it. Set this up. Add this. So we have to do like quantity. Oh, okay, so it's easiest way to do it. Okay, I'll just it's position. Okay, I forget it. Yeah, simple way. Okay, so it's effect, and I'll just add this. Yeah, it's when something happens. In any case, the artist. And position the okay, so this, then let's make it self-destroy all the time, so maybe it's in a relatively simple way. Time, so I'll just make sure that the effect itself destroys, so it's kind of time. Okay, so now I'll make a particle. I think that there's one that is pretty good. Maybe with the triangles. I think that could use that one. I can find it easily in the project, but this. Then probably once we get it to work, we'll probably on the stream. So here's some kind of triangles. It's not sure it's best, but it should do the trick. So the effects. Okay, so this is probably quite a bit too big, but something space, scaling mode, okay, and after organize scripted events. Actually, this one's probably better, and do it after a few seconds, maybe 3 seconds. This is probably way too big. let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see if this is good. Those are probably, I should change this material. Let's make it white, and then we'll adjust the color. It's Shockwaves, Shockwaves agents. Okay, so now hopefully that should work. Good question from Michael Kiola. Can players throw grenades or have the ability to plant bombs or as booby traps? Right now there is the grenade from this kind of a grenade launcher on the AK, the AK top, and I think it's pretty cool. I feel like we will probably expand on that to make like regular grenades that you can throw by hand. I feel like that would be nice to have. Having some booby traps I think is a good idea. I feel like it would be cool to have some kind of being able to plant some mines and things like that would be nice in the game. So we definitely it's the kind of stuff we consider doing. And yes, I'll see if it works. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things. We actually the way things are developed, we can really adapt quite a lot to the game, make it really pretty much like add lots of features, and we've noticed that it's often what's kind of some of the coolest things in the game are these features like the turrets and stuff like that. It really makes things interesting when people play the game, and I feel like it would be good to have more of this kind of things, like grenades or stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Seems okay. I didn't pay too much attention. I'll just settings since I'm in the editor, maybe I'll try a bit. Right. Okay, there's some kind of explosion of stuff. It's probably not it's a bit too big, but we should probably change it to the color of the player. think that was a good idea. Yeah, I think that's a bit too. I think that's a bit too big. It makes it less cool, but just make it a bit smaller, and also maybe a little bit less. And keep the color of the flavor. And yeah, I think that's pretty good already. I feel like we'll probably change the. Yeah, that's something to change to take the neon color. We'll probably need a few steps for it, but I think now it's looking pretty good already. Looking forward to watching the alpha streams. It looks awesome. Yeah, Sand Game looks awesome. Thank you so much, Michael. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun, and soon there will be you'll be able to test the game also, so it should be nice. Yeah, looking forward also to see how people play. That's always like a pretty. Because I play the game in a certain way, and but actually people don't necessarily follow that exactly, and so it's good to. I mean, it would be interesting to see how people play. Okay, that was quite nice. For the particle, I think it's pretty it's already quite a bit more satisfying. We can probably improve them a bit, but I think they're already looking pretty good. So yeah, I think that's all for today's stream. Quite a few things, mostly little details, because I didn't really want to break anything major before we really start testing with everybody. So that's yeah. But I think that was really nice, and thank you all for joining. And yeah, see you guys very soon. Probably tomorrow for those who will be in the test sessions, and there will be another stream on Monday from Samuel, and we'll do an AMA next week probably, or the week after. Just last question for Michael Tiola. Will there be scopes for the weapons, for example, 4x scope or 8x scope? Yeah, I think that's a possibility. We're actually considering some ways to do that. Maybe that would be one of the parameters. One thing that some weapons could have like a different. And yeah, I think that could be cool to have, and would be a nice customization for the weapons. I mean, not a customization, but like one different value that the weapon could have. So that would be nice. Okay, thank you all guys, and it was really nice to do this stream, and see you all very soon. Thank you all. Bye bye.